Welcome to week 56 of Scott's Week in Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. The NFL starts in about 2 weeks, so we will be doing our division by division predictions today, and we'll start in the NFC right now. So first place in the NFC North, I have the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is now the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, and I feel like he will make this team a little bit better than they were last year with Case Keenum. So I'm going to take the Vikings to win the division with a very good team and a healthy Dalvin Cook this year. I feel like the Vikings will win the division in the NFC North. Second place I'm going to give to the Green Bay Packers. Not a lot of weapons out there in Green Bay, but you don't really need a lot of weapons when you have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to put the Packers in second and get in that first wildcard spot. Third place, give me the Chicago Bears. I feel like Trubisky is going to be better in his second year than he was last year. And he's going to be good this year. I just don't know if the Bears are ready to take that next step up and come in second place in this division this year. So I'm going to put the Bears in third. And then unfortunately, I'll put Matthew Stafford and the Lions in fourth. I just don't like the weapons that Matthew Stafford and the Lions have right now. So I'm going to put the Lions in fourth in the NFC North for right now.
So I have pretty much the same order as Scott does for the NFC North. I've got the Vikings up top. I think the addition of Cousins was going to make the Vikings actually better. I agree. Dalvin Cook, having him back, is also going to make the Vikings even better. A close second is going to be the Packers. I got them as my first wild card team in the NFC. And then I'm going to switch order, though. I'm going to have the Lions ahead of the Bears, with the Bears in last place in that division.
Next up, going over to the NFC South, probably one of the best divisions in football. In first place this year, I'm going to give it to the New Orleans Saints. I feel like Drew Brees is still right where we need him to be. He's a great quarterback, and I feel like him and Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas and a very good Saints defense this year, I think will win the division for the New Orleans Saints. I have them possibly going like 13-3 this year. A very good team for the Saints this year. Second place is probably going to be my second wildcard team this year. And that would be the Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman. This is a very good Atlanta Falcons team this year, and also a very stacked defense in Atlanta. Third place I'm going to give to the Carolina Panthers. I just feel like Cam is too much to handle in this division. Cam Newton's going to be very, very good this season, as he is every season. Not a lot of weapons out there, but he can still work with the weapons that he has in Carolina. And in fourth place, unfortunately, is my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unfortunately.
What's your fan?
Without Jameis Winston for 3 games, that's really going to hurt. I mean, if we had Jameis for 3 games, I would maybe see us winning 2 of our first 3 games, possibly 2 of our first 3. But with Ryan Fitzpatrick in, I think we'll get 1 out of 3 and then struggle all the way through the year. So I have the Bucs unfortunately finishing in fourth, but I hope I'm wrong and they prove me wrong this year and maybe make the playoffs this year for the first time since like 2008. So that's my predictions for the NFC South.
So Scott and I differ on the South. I actually have the Falcons finishing first. The Falcons, if you look last year, they were the closest to beating the Eagles in the playoffs. They had a really good defense, got a great offense to come back. I like the Falcons. I actually like the Panthers finishing second place. And I actually think the Saints are going to finish in third. I think they're going to have a sophomore slump with a lot of their rookies that did great last year. They're actually going to take a step back. And unfortunately, I've got the Bucs in fourth as well.
Next up in the NFC East, there should be no question here. I think everybody's picking the same person to win this division. Give me the reigning, defending, undefeated Super Bowl champions from last year. That would be the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are going to have a very nice season this year. And a lot of the Eagles fans are starting to panic after how bad Nick Foles looked on Thursday night against Cleveland. But I don't think they got to worry here. Nick Foles will be good in the regular season this year. So I'm going to take the Eagles to win the division in the NFC East. Going over to the second place team, it's tough between the 2 teams that I have second and third. But I'm going to give it to the New York Giants. I feel like the Giants have a better overall team than the team I have in third place right now. I think Saquon Barkley is going to be a huge addition to this Giants team this year. I feel like he will be one of the best running backs in fantasy football this year. And you also have the healthy Odell Beckham coming back after a tough injury last year for OBJ. I think he'll come back and do very well. And you also have Eli Manning, who's still a very good quarterback in the NFL. So I'll have the Giants finishing second. Third place I'm going to give to America's team, that is the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't feel like they have any receivers right now that I can feel confident in putting them in second place in this division. So I'm going to put the Cowboys in third. And then in fourth place, unfortunately, would be the Washington Redskins. A new quarterback in there in Alex Smith. I just feel like he's going to struggle this year. He was good in Kansas City last year. I just don't know how good he's going to be this year with Washington. And they also lose their #1 overall draft pick last year, and Darius Guys out to an ACL injury during the preseason. So I'm going to put the Redskins in fourth in this division.
Scott and I have this division pretty much the same. I'm just going to switch two teams. I've got the Cowboys finishing second in this division over the Giants. I think the Giants will definitely be improved over last season, but I don't think they're going to get up quite good enough to get that second spot. And I actually have the Cowboys as my second wild card spot in the NFC.
And now over to the NFC West. First place in this division, I'm going to give to Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, and the Los Angeles Rams. Coach Sean McVay was an unbelievable coach last year. I'm going to give the Rams the win in this division. I feel like there is a pretty wide margin between first and second in this division. So I'm going to give the Rams the win in this division. I just don't think anybody else in this division can hang with the Rams, but I could see some teams potentially surprising us and doing well this year. Second place is going to be Jimmy G and his San Francisco 49ers, in my opinion. Garoppolo did very well last year in the games that we saw him play in last year for San Francisco. So I'm going to put them in second place this season. Third place, I'm going to give it to the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like a lot of people are wondering if this team's going to come in fourth place in this division this year. But I just don't think you put Russell Wilson in fourth place in this division this year. So I'm going to put Russell Wilson and his Seattle Seahawks in third place. And I think a rookie surprise of Shaquem Griffin. I think this kid did very well in his first preseason game. He's been looking good since then. So I think he may make the active roster, but we'll see. And in fourth place, unfortunately, is the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't think they're going to put Josh Rosen in there early enough to give them a good chance at making the playoffs this year. So yeah, I have the Arizona Cardinals, and David Johnson should be back healthy and ready to go this year. Larry Fitzgerald's still there, but I just don't know who they have at quarterback, so I'm going to put the Cardinals in fourth place in this division this year.
Yeah, this is the first division, Scott, and I agree with all four slots. I've got all four teams in the exact same order, and I'm actually going to predict that the Rams are going to have the best overall record in the NFC. I think they're going to, I'm not saying they're going to win the NFC title, but I think they're going to have the best regular season record in the entire NFC.
Now over to the AFC side of things. First off, in the AFC North, this is no question about it. Every year the same team wins this division. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the division. I mean, who wouldn't pick the Steelers to win this division? Oh, crap. I mean, this division is not good. This is one of the weaker divisions in football. I have the Steelers winning this division easy. Roethlisberger, Bell, Brown, Bryant. Well, not Martavis Bryant anymore because I believe he's now in Oakland. But Schuster will have a nice season. And I also think that Big Ben will stay healthy for the entire year this year. So give me the Steelers to win this division. Second place, I'm going to give to the Baltimore Ravens. I feel like Joe Flacco is still a very good quarterback, but he's not up to that franchise level that a lot of Ravens fans thought he would be. But I also think that the running game could help him out a little bit this year. But I wouldn't be shocked to see a surprise team come up and take second place in this division. So give me the Ravens in second place. Third place is the team that I could see taking the second place spot in this division. That would be the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you have one of the better rookie quarterbacks in the NFL this year, Baker Mayfield. I feel like Baker's going to do very well this year if he starts. I don't think he's going to because Hugh Jackson just does not like him right now out there in Cleveland. I just don't know why they don't like him. But you have Josh Gordon back, put him on the active roster yesterday. You have possibly Des Bryant. You have a good running back in Isaiah Crowell. So I'm going to put the Browns in third place in this division. And in fourth place, unfortunately, is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Marvin Lewis should just be happy to still have a job right now. He should have been fired at the end of last season, in my opinion. So I'm going to put the Bengals in fourth place in this division. Not going to be a good season, so I have them coming in fourth.
I've got pretty much the same order with one exception. I've got the Bengals coming in third and the Browns coming in fourth. I think the Browns are going to improve, but they didn't win a game last season. So I think if they win 4 games, it's a 4-game improvement. I think the Bengals will not be good, but they'll be a game or 2 better than the Browns. I got the Bengals in third, the Browns in fourth, and I actually have the Ravens as one of my wild cards in the AFC.
Now over to the AFC South. This is the division where the Super Bowl contender should have been last year. I'm going to take the same team that won last year. Give me Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this division. The defense is still looking great. Fournette is running the ball very, very well. But I just don't know if Blake Bortles can do what he did last year again. But I still think Jacksonville wins this division with or without a good Blake Bortles this year. Second place is my first wildcard team coming out of the AFC, and that would be the Houston Texans. If they can stay healthy, this team could absolutely win this division. You have Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, in my opinion. You have DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the NFL. And then you have J.J. Watt, probably the best defensive player in the NFL. So if this team could stay healthy, I feel like this team could shock the entire NFL and win the division. Third place in this division is going to be, in my opinion, the Tennessee Titans. Mariota's still looking okay. He's not great, but I just don't know if I think Corey Davis will have a breakout year this year in fantasy. One of my sleepers in fantasy football this year is Corey Davis. So I'm going to put the Tennessee Titans in third place this season to come in third. And in fourth place, I have the returning Andrew Luck and his Indianapolis Colts. I just don't know if Andrew Luck's going to be back to 100% by the start of the season. So I have the Colts coming in fourth place in this division. But a very good division. So I have 2 teams coming out of this division in the playoffs, the Jags and the Texans. Over to you, Dad.
A couple of years ago, I thought this is the weakest division in the AFC, and actually now it's the deepest division in the AFC. I actually have a very similar order to Scott. It's about flipping the Texans and the Jaguars. I think with Deshaun Watson coming back, the Texans are going to be a prolific offense. So I like the Texans to come in first place. I like the Jags to come in second place, but also to get the wild card and make the playoffs. And I think the Titans are going to be a good team. Colts will be improved. So this is a very good division, but I like the Texans coming out on top.
Now over to the AFC West. Another very tough division. This division, in my opinion, is wide open. But I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers. I think LA is going to go 2 for 2 in their teams this year. I feel like Phillip Rivers is going to have a nice season. He's got some good receivers in Keenan Allen and a nice set of players behind him. I think that defense will be very good this year as well. And I think Melvin Gordon could have a breakout year as well in the running game. So I'm going to take the Chargers to win the division in the AFC West this year. Second place, give me the Oakland Raiders. I feel like Chucky is going to come back and possibly take this team to the playoffs this year. Gruden is going to be a good coach for them this year. Derek Carr's back. You have a new receiver in Jordy Nelson, who I think could have a nice season. And you also have Amari Cooper, who I think could be their number 1 receiver out there in Oakland this season. So give me the Raiders to come in second place in the division. Third place I'm going to give to the Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't think the Chiefs are going to be as good as they were last year. Because I just don't know how Patrick Mahomes is going to do. We've only seen him play 1 game, and that was a meaningless game back in Week 17 last year. So I just don't know how he's going to do. So I have the Chiefs coming in third place. But I would not be shocked to see the Chiefs come in second place and get that second wildcard spot in the AFC. So I'm going to put the Chiefs in third. And unfortunately, I have the Denver Broncos finishing in fourth place. I just don't know who they are going to start at quarterback. And the run game could struggle a little bit. So I have the Broncos finishing in fourth place in this division. I'm starting my cousin Steven, who is out in Denver right now, but I have the Broncos finishing fourth in the AFC West this year. But it should be a good division to watch football this year.
I agree. It's a very balanced division, and I've got similar picks to Scott, and I've got the Chargers coming in first, but I'm going to flip the Chiefs and the Raiders. I think the Chiefs are the second best team. I think the Raiders will definitely improve under Gruden, but not yet enough to get that second spot. And then I also agree the Broncos will be the fourth place team in that division.
Now over to the AFC East, one of the lesser divisions in football. This is always a one-horse race in this division. Every year, the same team wins this division. Give me Tom Brady and the New England Patriots to win this division. Until he retires, there's no way that this team does not win this division. This division is probably the weakest in football. So I'm going to take the Patriots to win the division and get the probably number one seed in the AFC. And in second place in this division, here comes my shocker of the year. I'm going to take the New York Jets to come in second place in this division. I feel like Sam Darnold was a great quarterback in college. He's now playing with some good receivers in New York. Their defense is good. I just don't know if the Bills are going to be as good as people think with Josh Allen. But I feel like the Jets will be coming in second place in this division this year. I'm going to put the Bills in third. I feel like Josh Allen's going to have a nice season. You still have LaShawn McCoy on the team, and you still have some okay receivers out there in Buffalo. So I'm going to put the Bills in third. And in fourth place, I'm going to put Ryan Tannehill and the Miami Dolphins. I just don't know how good the Dolphins are going to be this year. I could see them winning maybe 1 or 2 games this year. It's going to be a long year for Dolphins fans. This is not going to be their year. A lot of Dolphin fans will be like, oh, we're making the playoffs this year. No. There's no way you guys are making the playoffs this year. Tannehill is not a good quarterback. You guys don't have a lot of receivers. Defense is okay, but not great. So I'm going to put the Dolphins in fourth place in this division.
I agree with Scott. This is the weakest overall division in the NFL. Obviously, you've got the Patriots, who are perhaps the best team in the NFL, but then after that, it falls really, really far. After that, it almost doesn't even matter who finishes second, third, or fourth because they all stink. But I am actually going to go with the Dolphins in second place. But at the best, probably the best record, 8-8. I got the Jets coming in third, and then I think the Bills are going to fall pretty far, and they're going to be in last place. So this is a terrible division.
And that will do it for this episode of Scott's Week in Sports Today, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back this coming Friday with our college football predictions. Finally, college football is back. I will be here this Friday night on Scott's Week in Sports doing every single Division I game, picking those games out next week on Scott's Week in Sports. And then the following week we'll have both college and NFL picks to work with. So obviously, and as always, like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos with your friends. And I will see you guys right back here next Friday on Scott's Week in Sports right here on YouTube. See you later, guys.
See you guys.